Hey you guys, welcome to Talking with Janiyah. This is the very first video on this podcast, and we're about to get into a few things. I'm gonna tell you guys about myself, my personal life, but not too much, but just enough for you guys to know who I am and who you guys are gonna be watching. First, I need you guys to follow me on Instagram at MSJa'Niyah. I'm gonna put everything in the description, so all you gotta do is click it and subscribe. Let's get into the video. So many of you guys may be asking, what made me start this podcast and why now? And I had those same questions at first for myself. So I'm going to give y'all a quick backstory of what made me start using my voice, because behind the mic, behind the podcast is a voice. So I'm going to talk about 2023, y'all. When I was back home in New York, I had just gone through a very, very bad breakup. I mean, very bad. Like, it weighed on me so heavy. And it was a huge transition in my life. I personally grew up with, I want to describe it as like a muzzled voice. Like, I didn't use my voice as much when I knew I should have used it in this moment or that moment, because I was very fearful. So I say all that to say, with this breakup, it made me find my voice, because there were days where I was just depressed, sad, just sitting in bed, not getting up. And I guess it was just one day where I just got up and I was like, let me motivate somebody. So I literally got dressed, put my makeup on, got dressed as if I was going somewhere, cropped my phone up, and I started to speak motivational messages and words to other women, to encourage them, whether they're dealing with a heartbreak, whatever they may be dealing with that is weighing them down and, putting them in a very dark season. So that's where that started for me. Ever since then, I would, hop online and I would speak good things or good motivational messages upon people, to just help them get through their everyday lives, because you need somebody to speak life into you. So I started this podcast to give other women another voice to hear, a voice that speaks life, truth, and realness. I want people to know that this is a safe space where you can be seen and heard. So one misconception about Janiyah is that she's mean, rude, and bougie. And I must say, I'm neither one of those things, and other people have told me this. And I really appreciate people who give me a chance. And I'm not even just speaking about me. I know it's other women who can relate, who have the mean resting face. We really appreciate when people actually give us a chance, because we are neither one of those things, or at least some of us. We're very kind, very friendly, very bubbly. I really appreciate those who give me the chance and not just judge. So I'm looking for kingdom-minded people. I'm looking for people that are growing continuously throughout life. I'm looking for people who are growing in their business, entrepreneurs, people that can be taught, people that can teach me something. I'm looking for people that is ready to just be real and let everything out respectfully. So if that's you, comment or DM me and let's get you on the show so we can have a real conversation. Janiyah is a very bubbly person. She's a very kind, sweet person with a little bit of sourness, because y'all, as much as I think I'm sweet and yada yada yada, I can be very assertive. If I want something, I have a voice and I'm gonna use it, you know what I mean, but respectfully. It's never gonna get out of line. But I come from a family, a really big family, y'all. It's child number 10 now, so I come from a huge family. So a lot of the times I had to sacrifice. I have different ways of expressing my love. I have different siblings, they all different stuff. Some might love hugs, the others might love words of affirmation. So I feel like I learned to express my love in different ways. I'm very nurturing. I'm very caring. I feel like I'm just that girl. Okay. I'm that girl. I feel like I'm still growing. So let me not get let me not get up there. Y'all, I love amusement parks. That's another side of Janiyah. I love going to parks. I love the slides. I love being a big kid. I feel like as much as we are growing people and we age, we should have that little person inside of us, that little child that loves to go to the park, that little child that loves, you know, painting, like little stuff like that. I'm also very, very, very artsy. Like back in high school, I was always caught drawing. Like the teacher would be teaching and Janiyah's in the back and she's coloring something. She's making something. Like I always used to sketch out like a doll. Like I'm very artsy. Like even now, when it comes down to my clothes, if something is too big, I think y'all actually posted a video on Instagram of me cutting up my work shirt because they gave me an extra large and they didn't have any smalls. And so I went home and I cut it up and I made it to where Janiyah likes it. And best believe, you know, a couple weeks they took the shirt and they gave me a small. But at the end of the day, she's a very artsy person. She's very creative. So she's going to make something out of nothing. Let's leave it at that. For those of y'all that don't know where I'm from the Big Apple, New York City. I'm currently not in New York City anymore. I packed up all my stuff and moved across the country. I'm in Idaho. I'm joking, y'all. I'm in North Carolina, like, boo. No, I'm joking. But I moved here last February. So today will be a year and a couple of months. Y'all, I got tired of the fast-paced lifestyle. And I was like, let me try North Carolina. Like, let me give it a try. And I think everyone that, if you're currently in your hometown and you've been there since you was a child, I think it's best that everyone go and see how good life can get somewhere else, a different state. Like, don't be stuck somewhere because you're so used to it. And that goes far beyond just where you live. Don't be stuck at a place because you're used to it. Open yourself up to new experiences and new people that you can meet, a new environment, a new way of living. Like, it's so many things that you can get and learn when you just go into the new. Like what they say, out with the old, in with the new. That's what y'all need to take with y'all. Okay. So I grew up in a 2-parent household before I moved to Baltimore. Once my dad moved me and my siblings and my mother to Baltimore, it was over. My mother and my dad got a divorce. Later on, my mother remarried, so I was back in a 2-parent household. However, it wasn't the best. So y'all can imagine like the things as a child, or I think I was in my teen years. So I think I was like maybe 13, somewhere around that age. So I was, you know, you're growing as a child and then you're also seeing things. Like our parents they're our first examples. So the things that I learned from, you know, the single parent households and the 2-parent households, it's just different things that I took from that. But there's hope in everything, I feel like, because even with me growing up in that type of environment, and it wasn't always bad. I had great moments with my parents when they were together. We did everything. Like I experienced, you know, being a little girl and, you know, cooking with my dad. I experienced my mother doing my hair in her room, like all those good things. But what I was gonna say is like, there's hope in every situation, no matter if you grew up in a perfect 2-parent household or whatever. Because I feel like the mindset that I have is it ends with me. Like it ends with me. Anything that was negative that could have stopped me from being successful, it ends with me. Like I'm not gonna allow my kids to go through anything that I've experienced as a preteen, because you know, like you just want the best you should want the best for your child. So it should end with you. Like anything that you've ever gone through, it should end with you, no matter what it is. My relationship status is single. Y'all, I'm in my singlehood season. And yes, I've been in previous relationships and it was just, you know, I had to learn some things about myself. But now I'm in a season of singlehood. Phone dry, not texting nobody, not seeing nobody, none of that. And what's making it a great season for me is my community, my friends, being active in church. I'm with a social media team. I'm doing things. Like if you're not actively doing things in your single season, it's gonna feel long and cold and dry. You gotta do something, you know, try different things, take trips, and do all the good things so that you can successfully enjoy it. All right, you guys, so we are coming to the end of the video, sadly. I hope that everything that I said gave you a little bit of insight about who I am and what this podcast is going to be about and the people that are going to be on here. And I must reiterate, If you are funny, if you're real, you're ready to have real conversations, honest conversations, please feel free to let me know. I ain't gonna be having anybody and everybody up here. But if you have that personality that the world needs to see, come up here. This is a platform and we want you on it. The links for my social medias will be down below. Make sure y'all are staying connected so y'all can know when the new episodes drop. So y'all can just, you know, be caught up in my everyday life. And that is about it. This is Talking with Janiyah. See you guys in the next video.